Welcome everybody to your 2022, almost 2023 KWL podcast. We're in the off season. It's December 5th, 2022, and we're here with Josh Buck. Josh, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Josh is the captain for the Brew Tang squad here that we'll be getting into. And then we also got Zack Milbourne, a teammate of Josh. What's up, Zach?
Nada. How's everyone doing today?
We are going to get at it today. So today, for you KWL players and fans, we are going to be going over how Brew Tang kind of did over in 2022, their thoughts on 2023, and we'll see what other fun stuff we get into. So just a quick introduction on Brew Tang. So 2022, they finished as the Tom Selleck champions. They finished with a 12-12 record. That's their best in franchise history. And what is cool about Brew Tang is they had a fully revamped roster. So that roster, I'll actually turn it over to you, Josh, if you want to kind of go over your roster and then the new additions to your roster too, heading into this year.
Yeah,
or last year, I should say.
Yeah, going into this year, traditionally we had been mostly like a team of people that I've worked with, and going into this year, those people were deciding to take a step back for a year, and focus on other things. Like they had some professional goals they wanted to hit. So I had some roster spots open, so I hit the recruiting trail. Zach had mentioned something like I had heard the Kabambas I say that name wrong every time, but I heard the Kabambas were dissolving. And Zach had reached out saying, that he might be looking for a spot. So I put the hard press on. I don't know if you recall it. I don't remember if I sent this to you, but I actually made up a fake little Google Docs contract that showed that it was a little year contract that included all the Fireball that he could drink and just a ton of hams, and that was basically like his the compensation for him joining the team, and then just promised to have fun and whatnot. So I can't remember exactly what it said, but I thought it was pretty funny. I sent it off to him, and he I think that's what won him over. And as soon as that happened, Zach started recruiting like crazy. So he got Chase over. We got Chase in, and then we had that idea for the the recruiting video. I forget who came up with it. It was one of the three of us, I think. Like me, you, or like Zach, myself, or Grant. Like I think it was one of the three of us that came up with that idea. So like we did that, and you could tell there were some nerves. Chase wasn't used to being on camera like that, and we did it. I commend him. So he did it all in one take. He did the intro for Zach, and then Zach did the intro for him while I filmed it and threw the beer, because you notice like I tossed each of them a beer, and then it was a hams, a nice cold delicious hams, and yeah, they cracked it open. We're still working on that sponsorship, but yeah, that was a good time. So I got those two, and then we had one person that was going to join, but he bowed out right at week one. And Chase said, I got a buddy that's local. I'll give him a call, and if he wants to, he can come out. And week one, Logan came out. He watched it, and then he played week two. He liked it. He had fun. So we had that roster spot open for him, and we just had I don't know. Then that was the team.
And then you had your kind of from previous years. You had Sam Sedlecki, Marshall
Killian.
and yourself. So
yeah, and then myself. So Sam, I think Sam stepped up a lot this year when it came to pitching. He took a huge leap this year. Everyone has their bad games, but I think when Sam was on his best, he was, it was like we had three aces, and it was pretty awesome.
Yep.
And then Marshall, he's got his bat going. He's one of our best single hitters, and then he started getting some power towards the end of the season. Like, he hit a really crucial in playoffs. He hit a really crucial home run. That really sealed it for us. Like,
which series was that one?
What's that?
Do you remember what series that was? Like,
I believe
Graboids?
it's so. I think his home run sealed game one for us, wasn't it?
Okay. I thought he hit one in both series.
Both games. Okay.
The one that he hit against
he was
Wild Things jolted us. That was the one that really pushed us over.
I was just thinking. I think his home run against the Graboids sealed game one. I thought.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. It was like one of those things where, like, they could come back on us, but that just, like, it was the backbreaker. Like, it was such, he was such a clutch hitter. He did great. He made such good strides when it came to hitting. But then we have Logan was our rookie. Like, that guy was clutch. Like, that guy's first home run was a walk-off. I believe
I was going to say that.
Yeah. First home run was a walk-off to that was against I believe that was against Wild Things, right? Or was that that was Take a Whiff.
It was
somehow Take a Whiff battled us to the very end.
Yep.
Not sorry. They had a good squad. I don't mean somehow. I didn't mean that shade. I apologize, Nico. That was an accident. No, they battled us all the way to the end, and Hunter Logan, the Logan Hunter, he blasted that. Yeah, it was nuts. And I believe we happened to get that one on camera. Not that one, because that was we got that one on camera.
Yeah, we did. Okay, that ball was above his head, and he tomahawked it out.
Yeah, he tomahawked it.
Yep.
And it was sweet because I can't remember. I think Josh or Chase came off from the side profile of the video, kind of like screaming and like, woo, and it was just an awesome video. And then it was, I don't know if it was the week after that or 2 weeks after, but then you guys sent another video to me to post, and it was Logan again hitting another walk-off. The dude hit like 2 or 3 walk-offs this year as a rookie.
Yeah, he was our Mr. Clutch for sure. He was a lot of fun. I love playing with that kid. He was a blast.
Yeah, I just, from an outsider looking in, our two teams didn't get to play, so we're not on the same days at all.
Right.
We maybe crossed once, so I didn't see a whole lot, but it did seem like you guys as a whole gelled really good. And Zach, I'll kind of ask you on that really quick. But one comment also I wanted to put that you mentioned, Josh, on Sam Selleck just upping his game as a pitcher. You could even see that last year in 2021. He was starting, like, I remember we were either scrimmaging or playing you guys, and I was like, wow, like, I didn't realize Sam was such a good pitcher. Like, he really has been taking the next step. So it'd be cool to see what he does in 2023. And then between him and then Chase, who was the 2021 I think he was the NL or AL Rookie of the Year. He took strides as a pitcher too. So it was like a perfect blend of those two, plus like who would you say is your third? Zach, right? No,
Zach would be our third. Yeah, right? I mean, he figured out how to work those mechanics to where it didn't injure his arm or hurt his arm. So that was huge for us. But yeah, for like, one thing I'll say about Sam is he's exceptionally coachable. He listens when you have when you have something to show him. I just wish I was able to show him more, but luckily we have Zach and Chase that can show him. And then other teams in the league have been very we're all about having fun and everyone getting better. So Sam will sometimes, like Hogan will like give Sam some pointers. I think you've given Sam some pointers. Like he listens and he implements them. So that's really good. Like I wish we could do that, or a lot. I wish we can kill his golf swing, because
yes.
His batting, he swings it like a golf club. But yeah, I don't know. Sam's probably the team's best golfer though. So
okay,
yeah. Who's he better
Zach
than?
shaking his head over here.
Zach, who's he better than? You're not on that list. He could torch you.
He's not better than you.
Oh yeah, he is. He torches me.
All right, you got good point.
So Zach, over to you now. When the Jim Harbaugh of the KWL and your fearless manager Josh Buck, Ham's future sponsor, when he came ringing at your door, knocking at your door, what was your first response on how it was going to be like to be on Brew Tang, and did you think the team would gel as well as it did?
Well, at first, in all honesty, I was like, these guys are awesome. We've played against them many times. I've hung out with the guys outside of wiffle ball too. And my first thought was, do I want to jump down to the social league? Because I'm a very competitive guy. I love winning. I love going against the best. And this league is so good, and it's so frustrating facing you, facing Hogan, facing Lee, week in and week out. And it was really draining on me. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just switch it up. Let's have some fun. And this group of guys has been, it was a godsend. Like, this summer was amazing. And I really do credit it a lot to Josh. That dude can put together a team. He knows how to have fun. And he's always got that goofy little smile on his face too. Whether he shows up on time or 10 minutes late, he just walks up with that big old grin on his face. And you're like, okay, today's going to be a good day. We're going to hammer some beers. We're going to hammer some home runs, some shots, and go for it.
A goofy smile and a cooler full of beer.
Manager of the year.
Yes, sir. He better be manager of the year.
I don't even think we have that award, and I don't know why, because I think that is like a cool award that they should add to it. That and most improved player. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if they've opened up when they're going to do that, but maybe I text Lewis after this and say, you need to add these two awards, because I think that'd be cool. I think a lot of people would have fun voting on that too.
Yeah. I think Josh, correct me, but I think the best win season with Brew Tang before coming to this year was 3 wins.
I think it was 3.
3. So going from 3 to 12.
One of them was on a technicality.
Hey, technicality, a win is a win, no matter what. But going from 3 wins to 12 wins, that's manager material right there. That is coach of the year. That's Sonny Dykes at TCU material right there.
I don't know if you guys recall though, like Zach, at the start of the year, I think we started out either 0-4 or 0-6. And
yeah,
then,
we started rough.
Yeah.
We did. Yep.
Yeah, we dropped 2 immediately to Graboids, and then 2 more immediately to Hitless. Yeah.
Hitless. And then we had Chuckers right after that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Chuckers we didn't have until like July. We played or closer to. But yeah, we had some rough games. We had a rough start. And then we just we kicked it in gear. And
did you guys think I'll let we'll let Zach answer this one first, and we'll go to Josh. Did you guys coming in think what was your expectation? Did you guys maybe the expectation was, hey, we're just gonna have fun, we don't really care. But did you think at the end of the year you would be Tom Selleck champs holding up a toilet lid in pure joy? Did you guys think that would be happening?
Honestly, I did. That boy Josh, I love it. I honestly did.
There it is.
Knowing what Sam has brought to the table in the previous year, plus fall ball, what he did in fall ball was amazing. And then the way that Chase pitched last year, and then this year, Chase and I worked a little bit in the off season on pitching and different grips and stuff. And then just the hitting abilities between Marshall, Chase, Logan, which obviously we didn't know what Logan could do, and myself and Josh gets on base or strikes out. But, we just ran with it, and I thought we had a dang good chance. We put together a really good squad this year.
You did. Josh?
Yeah, I thought to start the year, I knew Zach and I knew Chase, right? I knew they were going to come in, and I had, I had said to Zach and Chase when on the night we did the video that honestly I think Sam's was going to be one of our best pitchers. I said that right off the start. Like, I saw how he was going and how he was projecting for the next year. Like, I just thought, I thought it was good. I thought we had three awesome pitchers, and then we didn't have to rely on me to do anything, which was great. And then if you recall, Logan did some innings, and Logan put in work. He did great. So like we had towards the end there, we had four awesome pitchers.
Not many teams can say that.
Yeah. And like I could see they make, maybe they wouldn't have been awesome for like the competitive league. They would have been serviceable. But like they're aces down in social. Like they're not Hogan. They're not Nate Thompson. Sorry, Nate. But like I would put our top pitchers against any pitcher in social league.
Yeah. And if you guys were in the competitive league, you guys would have not been the last team in that division. You wouldn't. You guys would have been right there competing, really. Especially with your offense too. You guys can score runs. So
we were the first team to beat a competitive team.
I was you stole my thunder there. I was literally about to say that. You wanna shine some light? Who was the team?
And that's funny that you said shine some light. Sorry, what was that?
Give us a little insight on that first social team to beat a competitive team, since this is the first year for any listeners who are listening who don't know what's going on.
So yeah, it was a great game. So the first game, they just destroyed us. Like,
and who's the opponent?
It was Chuckers.
Mm-hmm.
So the first game they rocked us, and we're traditionally we come out fast, and then like game 2 we kind of just lose our excitement. But something clicked after that first loss, and our bats came alive. Our defense shored up a bit, and I forget who the pitcher was for us that day, but they were on fire. So we're going, and towards end of game 2, we're up maybe like 1 run or 2 runs, I can't remember. But it got too dark, and we had to, based on the darkness rule, call it. So that was why it was ironic that you said shed some light on that. I don't know. I've never used the darkness rule ever in a game personally, but it's one of those things. Like, I didn't think it would have put us at advantage, or it would have put us at a disadvantage to continue that game. Yeah. Just with the youth on the team, like we weren't. I would have, I wouldn't have been a good manager had I let us like continue. And I know there's still maybe some ill feelings about that, but it was one of those things that got too late. We could have ended we probably could have ended it the inning before, but we kept one inning going.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I don't know. It was rough. I don't like playing those like ticky-tacky rules like darkness or stuff like that. But
sometimes in that case, I mean, I don't know, but sometimes it just is what it is, and unfortunately you run out of time, and it gets to a point where it just sucks, and both teams really don't want to call it, but you kind of have to. So
Yeah.
it just is what it is when it comes to living in Michigan, I guess, over the summer. What about, so I do want to turn it over to Zach again. So for the listeners and viewers and anybody who is not paying attention to KWL stats, Zach was the Triple Crown winner in the Social League. Not only that, he led the whole Kalamazoo League in average. So he hit 636,
Heck
had
yeah,
22
buddy.
home runs, and 65 RBIs. This dude was the Barry Bonds of your KWL in 2022. Absolutely mashed. Question to you, Zach. Will you go over or under 22 and a half home runs next year?
My goal is always over. I love hitting home runs. It's the great feeling. Josh, Chase, and I broke out a new home run dance in the fall, so I can't wait to implement that more. Doing the waddle. Yep. I'm going over. I'm going to go over 22 and a half.
I dig it. Okay, and I'm going to go to Josh here in a minute, but follow-up question to that. Brew Tang hit 50 home runs last year. 50. Believe that led the league by a lot, if I remember. Does Brew Tang go over 50 and a half or under 50 and a half home runs in 2023? And that's to you, Zach.
I think we go over mainly because of the way that Marshall was hitting towards the end of the year, and Logan is going to be coming into his second year. He's going to know these pitchers a little bit better. He's a scouting guy. Like he'll talk to us, be like, okay, what's this guy do? What's this guy do? He understands the game. He's played the game. He knows the game now. And look for Logan next year to really push to make everybody on our team better offensively and defensively too. But I think we're gonna go over, and that's gonna be a credit to Logan.
I like that. I think you guys are going to go way over that. I think it's going to be over 60. And I think Logan's going to have a lot more. I think Logan, Josh, Killian, Sam, all you guys are going to attack in more. And then Chase, it's his third year. He's still, he's still learning a lot of these guys. I think Chase might get 20 this year. I think he might get 20.
Getting used to the little bit slower of pitching that we see. He was out in front of a lot of stuff at the beginning of the year, and he went through a stretch which started with the Chuckers, where I think he hit 2 against the Chuckers, and then he just went on a stretch where he just was mashing, and he was starting to catch up to the top home run hitters in the league too. So yeah, look out. It's going to be, I think Josh called us the Murderers Row last year.
Yeah. I guess to steal the old Yankees thing, right? I call them Murderers Row. Like we put them in the lineup together because it was, it was protection for them. And then it was just when they would hit together, we just did better. And they'd compete. Like if Zach hits a home run, Chase wants to hit a home run right after him, and then if Chase hits a home run, Logan wants to hit a home run. I think there was one game, I forget the opponent, but it was Chase, Logan, Zach, and I just going, and there was one inning where it was my one home run of the year, and it was like one inning we each hit a home run. It was it was a lot of fun.
I think it was against Wild Things. We all hit one in the same inning.
I hit my home run off of Noah, so it was take a whiff.
Take a whiff. Okay. Yep.
So
yeah, it was good. It was good to hit a home run off of a former Brew Tanger.
Yeah. Right. And what's your take then, real quick? You can keep it short. Zach, over under 22 and a half next year. That's the first question.
Over.
Love it. And what about over under 50 and a half for total Brew Tang home runs?
Brew Tang to the moon, baby.
To the moon.
Yeah, Brew Tang to the moon. That's gonna go over. It's gonna go over.
I like it. I like it. All right, so we're counting down the minutes here, probably a couple more minutes. Quick question to both of you, Zach. Well, no, I'll let Josh start this one off. Who is your biggest rival? Call them out, whether it's an official rivalry or not. But when you play them, you're like, yes, I really like playing this team.
The team I love playing the most is the Graboids. That team is the most amount of fun. Yeah, that's my favorite team to play. The team, and this is going to be weird, but the team that Brew Tang showed up the best for this year. Like, we showed up and I don't know, we played outside of our minds, was against your former team. What are the Legends? Yeah.
Yes.
We that was one game where,
You guys
it's not fair to call them rivals, right? But there was one game where we got through their top 3 pitchers, and they did that because we had a chance of beating them. Like, we were so on that game and the game prior that we had a chance of beating them, and they couldn't have that because, that would have affected their seeding and all sorts of things. But that's just one team that we've always kind of showed up for. It's not fair to call them a rival, but like, they're so much fun to play. Like, they have a great time. Like, they're like, if I want to call anyone a rival, it's going to be the team that may drink more Fireball than us, and that's the only team that can do it.
I love that. That is great. Yep. and to your point, I still remember in 2021 spring training. It was at the time we were called With That, and you guys were all playing, and you guys didn't have enough people, so it was me, you, and Sam, and I joined your guys' team for the game.
Yeah.
And then we played like Hogan and the rest of the With That team. And I think we were up at a certain point because you hit like a grand slam off Hogan.
Yeah.
And we were like, it was so cool. And I wish we got video of that, but we don't. But that's a great
that
thing.
was my first in-game home run. I'd never hit a home run in game, except for I had hit him in like batting practice, but it wasn't an official game, but it was the first time I'd ever hit a home run. I still have that ball
against the best.
Yeah.
Against the best in KWL. Like, you can't write it up any better.
I mean, like, let's give Hogan some credit. He had just gotten off of a national tournament pitching all weekend, so he wasn't maybe throwing his best stuff. But yeah, I remember you came up to me like, "What did he throw you? What did you hit?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "I just swung."
Zach, Josh completely blacked out. It was one of those moments where he had no clue, and he just bat on ball. It was like he hit it, and I remember yelling like, "Go ball!" And it got over the right field wall.
It was Oppo. It was an Oppo. Yeah, I just got lucky. But don't tell Hogan that.
All right, Zach, what do you got for biggest rival, if you want to call him a rival?
I gotta go with Hitless. We battled.
I like that one.
Battled so much. I mean, it was us. We started slow, obviously. Then we had to chase, and Hitless was always right there. I'm blanking on his name, but the dude from Hitless that is just jacked out of his mind, wears short shorts.
Rolling.
Help me out with his name. That dude
Raleigh
owns my ass on the mound. I mean, he has oceanfront property inside my head. So anytime I go up against those boys, it's so much fun. Hitting against Kuzman, Lewis is always just having fun. And in my opinion, those are the 2 best teams in the social league. So I want the best. I want to beat the best. So, and then to go with what Josh said, anybody Diablos. I love going against Diablos. Like Josh said, you can't really call it a rival, but it brings out the best in you because you're going against the best. And when I get the opportunity to go up against Mike and Nate and you you know, it brings everything up, and it's a lot of fun. But definitely hitless.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I like the hit list. I think you guys both match up really well. Really, it's a really fair matchup that could go. It's like a coin flip. You really don't know who's going to win it, so that's a good one. All right, we'll wrap it up here. Kind of toss it over to you guys for any kind of off-season headlines. You know, who knows? You guys might want to just go off in the sunset on your Tom Selleck Championship, break off, go into different teams. Maybe you guys plan adding or removing somebody. Maybe there's a big trade. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just rumors that you just want to get in people's heads. Or lastly, maybe you just want to plug something before you get off this show or podcast. So Zach, we'll leave it to you first. You have any takes on anything?
Hot take could be we did golf with Bryce Bodke a lot. Josh did.
Oh,
so there may or may not have been some talks there. Bryce was also on a few of my fall ball teams, so we did a little different format. So we drafted him a lot. So there was some talks. Whether something happens or not, you never know. But I like what the Brew Tang has right now, and we're gonna make another run at it.
I like it. Stealing it from the rival hit list. What about you, Josh?
What I will say is I did get a few texts asking about any truth to rumors that were put out there on the KWL Instagram. That was an interesting conversation, or a few interesting conversations. What I'll say is, like, if there is any addition to the Brew Tang, it is going to have to be an excellent, it's going to have to be a great player, because our team is competitive, and they have to, like, one thing I always say is, for us, like, winning is a byproduct of us going out there and having a blast, right? Like, we're getting a little bit competitive, but, like, because we're starting to expect maybe to win some games. But I say to my team every time, is like, winning is just a byproduct of us going out there, having a good time, being relaxed, and drinking some Fireball and drinking some hams. Everything else is just gravy. So if we have an addition to the team, they've got to be able, it has to be somebody that can fit in, somebody that can know when is their turn to step up, when it's their turn to just take a seat and have a good time. But at this point, I am not aware of any plans to add anybody. As for team, we're working on I'm working on behind the scenes on some sponsorship stuff. Can't really talk about it. But I might be able, it'll be a benefit for the Brew Tang. So, working on some stuff.
All I gotta say is, listeners, if you haven't already just sealed the deal and locked in your vote for Josh Buck as manager of the year as he drinks his hams ever so graciously, I don't know what you're thinking, because this guy is, like I said, the Jim Harbaugh of the KWL, working deals, motivating, and just absolutely getting the game plan right and executing one game after another. So we're going to end it on that as Zach drops his phone. So I appreciate for all you listeners listening in. And we got Nico Lewis coming on the next show that we'll post here on YouTube as well. So Josh, Zach, thank you very much, guys.
All right, cheers.
Have a good one, fellas.